Hello, welcome to the Helmet Aerospace Logistical Center. I'm Brian Schaff, the Accessories Manager, and I'm here with Doug Mason, our Global Manager for Research and Development. And today we're excited to talk about the new aerodynamic steer cover, to walk through the design, how it improves profitability for the fleets, and how it's installed. So Doug, how is this different and so special from existing covers?
Well, Brian, most covers, as you know, are designed from an aesthetic standpoint. Every truck driver wants their truck to look good. We'd also like them to save money at the same time, so we've tried to marry aesthetics and aerodynamics. We have done a significant amount of computational fluid dynamics on the computer to really hone in what the characteristics are needed to improve the aerodynamics of a steer cover. And really what that comes down to is the ramp coming up to the center portion of the wheel, the actual curvature that we have across the top of the wheel, and then the height differential between the lug towers and the top of the wheel. All of these things have a significant impact on the drag of the vehicle and thus the fuel economy. What we've been able to do in the modeling, as well as in the wind tunnel and on the test track, we've been able to show that this specific design that we have here will give us just enough push out to get past the wheel well, but not so far that it takes too long to reattach. So we have a good looking cover that reduces the drag on the truck.
Doug, thanks for walking through the design of the aerodynamic cover, but can you walk through the fuel economy and the fuel efficiency?
Yes, certainly. We went to a third-party test track where we performed numerous runs to make sure that we were confident of the fuel savings that we would achieve. And what we found is on average about 0.39, 0.4 gallons per 1,000 miles, which really adds up when you think about a truck going 100 to 125,000 miles in a year. Fuel being what it is, $4 to $6 per gallon, you're saving 40 to 50 gallons a year. That can add up to well over $250 per vehicle. And so we're really excited about the fact that it saves fuel. We've shown it on a consistent basis, and it looks good.
So this is obviously a 2.5 by 5. Does this fit on a 24.5 as well? What's the limitations of this cover?
Well, it's really designed based on bolt circle. So we have a 10 on 285/75, which is the bolt circle for most commercial vehicles in North America.
Now that we've talked through the design, can we talk about how it's made and the durability of this product?
Yeah, certainly. Cover itself is made out of an ABS plastic, and it's very important when you're obviously near the brake package. We're also very concerned about the environmental performance of the cover. We have this both in a black as well as a chrome plated, which is done to OE specifications. We've done testing on this. We've seen that it achieves the durability that we expect in the field, that way we'd be able to put Alcoa's name on it. The other very important aspect of this is the fact of its holding onto the wheel, obviously. And the way that we've designed it is with a lug nut that actually screws onto the threads. This gives you the highest holding force to ensure that the cover will stay in place as it goes down the road.
Can you walk us through the installation of the steer cover?
Yeah, certainly, Brian. Let's take a look at what's in the box. You'll receive 2 aerodynamic steer covers as well as 20 lug nut covers. There are 2 things that are important to check prior to installing the aerodynamic cover. You want to ensure that you have at least 6 threads exposed so that you can get a full attachment, as well as confirm that the threads themselves are clean so you don't have any issues with putting it on. Then you simply take the cover itself, center it over the 10 studs and nuts, and start at the 12 o'clock position installing. It's best to take one maybe 180 degrees so that you can get it centered a little better. And then you continue by putting the rest of them on lightly, and we'll go through and do a final snug down at the end. Now as you're doing the final tightening, you'll want to use a star pattern similar to what you do for lug nuts. And you can either do it by hand until you hear that clicking in place, or you can use the optional wrench, which gives you a little more leverage and it's easier to tighten them down all the way. Then you proceed with the star pattern. And that's how easy it is to install the Alcoa Aerodynamic Steer Cover.
The aerodynamic steer covers are available in chrome, matte black, and black with chrome lug nut covers. To learn more, visit alcoawheels.com and search accessories. The aerodynamic steer cover changes what you expect out of the wheel covers and saves fuel with every mile. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Durable, easy to install, and profitable. These new aerodynamic covers help you maximize the drive.